And good evening, everybody, and welcome to Fowl Territory 343. I'm your host, Gizzard Gary, and it is Monday, January the 19th, 2026. So, welcome one and all to the show. Welcome to all of you out there who are attending SHOT Show 2026 in Las Vegas. Hopefully, you had a good range day today. So, let's see who we got out there in the comments so far. We have Rich White, who is out there and in here in the background. So Rich is out there. Pat Gratz Attic is in the audience, and TJ Persicity is out there. Welcome, welcome. Fluffy 10mm Jeep guy is in the audience. Ron 2A Matters, fresh off of his show. He's out there. J Delta 22NC is in the audience, and Rob D, the New York Outcast, is out there. Also say hello to M. Gabriel, and then the wonder from down under, TJ Fishing and Shooting, is in the audience, as is Alex Parlin. All right, so we've already got a small group in here, so welcome one and all to the show. Let me welcome aboard my lone panelist for this evening, Rich White. Comes to us from the Unloaded Media Channel, the host of This Week Unloaded. Good evening, Rich.
Hello.
And I'm going to go ahead and start the banner. As always, this show is presented by the good folks at Aegis Gun Care, the leader in performance and protection. So we do have a giveaway later on in the show. To enter that giveaway, which is a swag pack and a $20 Chick-fil-A gift card, type in hashtag FT343, pound sign FT343 in the chat, and that'll get you an entry. We'll be doing that a little later in the show. Let's see. Pat Gratz Attic wants to know, are you feeling better, Rich?
Slowly but surely. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
One day I'll feel better, and the next day I'll feel completely wore out. Whatever it was that she brought home, just been kicking my ass for the last 2 weeks.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we got 11 people in this audience. It just grows by the time. We got somebody out there in Twitch, Ezio476, Ezio or Ezio, however that's pronounced. Welcome aboard on the Twitch side. We are live on Twitch also and Rumble, so we are live on 3 different platforms. You can enter the giveaway on any of those 3. We also have John Hucks out there on Twitch. Looks like a gamer out there. We have Weston has joined us. All right. And we also have Vulcan Rumble. So they're starting to come in here. We got Block 9. Wow, long time. Wow. So also have Alaska 1 Andy out there in the audience. We got 16 people out there. They're starting to come in. Glad to see everybody. I did miss Vanessa Kitty. All right. I saw her over. I got 2 chats up. I got the YouTube on one side and StreamYard on the other. I saw that pop up on my other side. Pat Gratz Attic says, news on my side is I put up my first short today. Nice. We got Sandy V. Gina out there. I know Sandy. Yeah. Also have Dwayne 7834 out there. They're starting to really come in now. We got 18 people in the audience going strong. So what's going on with you, Rich? Are you excited about SHOT Show or not so excited about SHOT Show?
I'd be more excited if I were there.
Have you perused any of the content so far?
Nope. I haven't seen any of it yet.
I've seen a couple of the range day videos. Speaking of TJ out there, his buddy Jeff at Gear Report did a range day video, and he claimed that there weren't as many people this year as there were last year. Block 9 says, don't have ESPN to watch the Hoosiers. Last I knew, it was 10-7 Indiana in the third quarter. Miami just scored a touchdown in the second half, so it's getting a little. Vanessa Kitty created a beach picture using AI today. Very cool.
Depending on who your wireless carrier is, you may have ESPN and not even know it. A lot of people don't realize that some carriers you get that included.
I want to say hello to Grim Reaper Reviews, which is the channel formerly known as Justin Grimm. He's out there. Also has a link if he wants to join in. He's gone with some rebranding. He's got a new logo and everything. So welcome aboard, Grim Reaper. Alex Parlin wants to know, how is Aegis doing? Got supplies back? I have not heard if that is true. They told me that they would let me know. I have so far not heard anything from the good folks at Aegis. I might have to circle back with them one of these days. New York Outcast said, I seen G's drone video of the range. Parking lot was about half full. Yeah, it's a bad sign. Of course, it may have been. It's kind of like Jeff said, it was morning when he took his video, so they may have had more people show up in the afternoon. That's when more of the gun shop owners, usually the morning is press only. So you never know about that, but that's definitely not normal, especially for what appeared to be, for the first time in a few years, an actually fairly decent day out there. So I don't know if TJ was out there or not. You might give us a report. Vanessa Kitty says, I have ESPN on my Cox, but I also have ESPN on my Disney Plus. I don't usually watch ESPN. I want to say hello to Denny's Plant-Based Journey out there.
Yeah, when Amy ordered our Disney Plus, she got the one that has HBO Max instead of ESPN. I wanted to kick her in the butt when she said, oh.
We also have SCSKWN64 out there on YouTube. That's a channel I don't recognize, but welcome aboard. Glad to have you, as always, to the show. Packrat's Addict said it looked like they were just setting up. I also saw G-Webs'. I didn't see his drone video. We might look at it later. I did see his. It's kind of a walkthrough video I think he did from the. I don't know if it was some transport he was on or something like that. It looked like it was a drive-through, but anyway. Yeah, I did not see a big crowd out there, so hopefully it's not an indication of things to come. I don't know. I guess we'll hear tomorrow how attendance is at the show. I mean, obviously I didn't go this year, but I don't think that's any indication for the rest of the industry. I'm old and all that, so, you know. Vanessa Kitty said the two homes I viewed today were not good. One had a nice basement, though. Must be home shopping. She says, oh, I'm browsing homes. I found one nearby that is zoned residential and business. That town might allow me to be an FFL. This town says they have too many. Packrat says, Mrs. Packrat is here. Awesome. Welcome aboard, Mr. and Mrs. Packrat. Always glad to have you. So, yeah, 22 people in this mess. So, any news today, Rich?
Well,
any big news that you can share with us?
I was just looking at X, and Assistant Attorney General Harmeet Dillon had posted that the Department of Justice has filed or will be filing for arrest warrants in the church situation yesterday, including one for Don Lemon.
Yeah, the Don Lemon thing. Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, those who watched my show last night don't know what I'm talking about because we were talking about that on there last night.
Rob D says, lots of people have been struggling this year, so attendance could suffer and businesses may be spending less themselves. Hate to see a downturn in the industry like that. but it is what it is. I just see Indiana just scored. Wow. And we have another panelist. So let's welcome aboard all the way from the Keystone State.
I was not ready for that. I'm sorry.
You was not ready for that. You missed your cue entirely. That's what you get for
I
coming
did.
in late. Anyway, let's welcome aboard Guns and Barbecue, also known as the Chat Ruiner. Extraordinary.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. So what's going on with you?
Tired.
What kind of sunshine do you bring into our day?
Not much. It was a heck of a weekend and just tired.
Oh. Let's see. Grim Reaper Review says this chat's about to be ruined. Yeah, we were warned.
Only if you're lucky.
Yeah, and only if I don't raise $100 in super chats, because
that's true.
I
you raise
believe
$100 in super
the golden
chat.
thing is, if I get $100 in super chats, I have the right to kick him out of the show.
Ooh, and Gary can put out a poll that once he raises the $100, you guys can just have me exit on my own, or Gary gets to make a giant flamboyant kicking off of me.
That could be fun. That could be
it
fun.
Could.
M. Gabriel says, tomorrow morning, SCOTUS has oral arguments in Walford versus Lopez, the vampire law in Hawaii. What is the vampire law in Hawaii? Anybody know?
No idea.
There's a law against vampires in Hawaii?
Well, technically, vampires are murderers, so wouldn't that already be illegal?
No, I believe the vampire law is similar to the New York law, where businesses had to have stuff posted saying you were allowed to carry in their establishment.
Oh.
If I remember correctly.
He says you can't carry into a business unless you're invited.
What? Oh, that's what it was, invited.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
That's the idea.
It's the vampire law. Yeah.
Yes.
Now, somebody needs to drive a stake through that law. A.M. Gabriel says barbecue is right on. So, Packrat got a little bit.
I'm pretty awesome.
You're pretty close. How about that? You were right.
Yep.
You were right for once, and Rich has not been wrong yet tonight. So we're batting 1,000 right now. That's
I'm not. I am 0 for 2, but at least we got that now.
Packrat's Addict says they have to post a sign or give you permission personally to carry in that business. TJ Fishing says, "Good day, barbecue." How about that? You got
hello, Mr. Fishing.
Greetings from down under. Wow, so cool. We got a friendly audience. We really do. Should we be nice to them and entertain them? What do you think?
Good.
Don't forget, if you came in to enter the giveaway, # FT343, you were saying.
So we could. I mean, it'd be cool if they were nice to you and sent you $100 in super chats, so I could be kicked out of here. Won't lie, I would kind of welcome it tonight.
Packrat says the vampire rule comes from that you have to invite a vampire into your house for them to come in. Is that right?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
I mean, that's
glad I don't have vampires around here, because I would have never known that.
Well,
that's the legend, at least.
Yeah, it depends on which one too, because there's multiple different vampire legends. Every civilization has had some form of vampire mythology.
Well, see, I learned something tonight. This is educational. So when we do the "What did you learn?", I can put that on there tonight. Cool. I'm getting educated tonight. 17-7.
Learn about guys that suck.
Yeah. I've heard about all kinds of things that suck, but
I think one of the craziest vampire legends is one out of Japan, where the vampire at night, its head it looks like a regular human during the day, right? Mm-hmm. And at night, when the person goes to sleep, their head detaches and grows wings and flies around attacking people.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. That there's crazy. All right. So I want to talk about something, and I'm going to kind of venture into Rich White's territory tonight. I'm going to talk about something other than guns. And I don't normally get terrible political on this show, but when something's flat out stupid, I'll talk about it.
Get your alcohol ready, folks.
So, no, I'm not going to talk about Muslims. So,
oh, there's a secret word. Take a shot.
Not quite going there. All right. So, we're going to stay right here in the state of Kansas. Denny says cats. Oh, I could tell you a cat story, but no, not right now anyway. So, this is from Channel 13 WIBW TV in Topeka, Kansas. And this story says, complaint says the Eureka School crossed the constitutional line in role model denial of President Trump and Charlie Kirk. This really happened right here in Kansas. So, a participation assignment at a Eureka Elementary School. And Eureka, by the way, is a small town I drive through every week on my way to my daughter's. It's a little smaller than the town I live in now.
You found it, huh?
Eureka. He found it.
Civil rights complaint that escalated to national awareness. The American Center for Law and Justice, described as a politically conservative Christian-based legal organization headquartered in Washington, D.C., is representing a parent and an elementary school student in a case surrounding pushback received for identifying President Donald Trump and former conservative activist Charlie Kirk as role models. Also at issue is the district and the school's alleged response when concerns were brought up. The American Center for Law and Justice accuses the Eureka School District of egregious conduct in engaging in viewpoint-based discrimination against students who identified conservative political figures as role models, and the subsequent directive instructing students not to report concerns to their parents. The complaint filed on Tuesday specifically accuses the district and Eureka's Marshall Elementary School of religious discrimination, political viewpoint discrimination, violation of free speech, and retaliation. The controversy began in late October with a Marshall Elementary School guidance counselor assigning sixth grade students to an assignment called Find Your Voice, in which students were instructed to identify their role models. A student designated as a student-led teacher called out classmates and wrote responses on a board. The American Center for Law and Justice provided the following narrative of what it said happened. When a student identified Charlie Kirk as a role model, the guidance counselor got very uncomfortable and refused to allow this name to be written on the board, yelling that he was not a hero and that he was not a role model. The student teacher had already started writing Charlie Kirk's name on the board and was ordered by the guidance counselor to remove it. When another student selected President Donald J. Trump as a role model, the guidance counselor reiterated her prohibition even more angrily, stating that students could not write political or religious figures on the board, and in fact excluded political and religious topics altogether. However, the guidance counselor permitted other controversial figures to be listed as heroes. 12 News spoke with a Eureka parent of a sixth grade student who recalled that another student wrote Jesus and that this was also not allowed as part of the role model naming activity. The American Center for Law and Justice said that no restriction was placed on potentially controversial secular figures. Only religious and political figures were excluded, the group said. Children were allowed to list these figures in their written assignments, but were prohibited from acknowledging the names of religious or political heroes publicly on the board. The American Center for Law and Justice argued that the selective prohibition created immediate confusion among students about whose voices were valued and whose were not. The group also called out the school's response to what happened, saying that the administration claimed that prohibiting political and religious figures from being discussed in the Find Your Voice activity was in the name of being inclusive and neutral. The American Center for Law and Justice particularly took issue with an alleged instruction for students to bring concerns to teachers or the principal first, not directly to their parents. This directive, instructing children not to report concerns to their parents, violates fundamental principles of parental rights, educational ethics, and child safety, the group said. The Eureka School Board reportedly addressed this issue during a December 8 meeting and met in executive session. The American Center for Law and Justice said that no public response was provided, no corrective action has been announced, and the violations continue to remain unaddressed. Our client has been forced to withdraw her children rather than continue to subject them to these practices, the group said. Representative Ron Estes, representing Kansas' 4th Congressional District that includes Eureka, weighed in on the issue, sharing the following statement on social media. It's alarming to hear of a Kansas teacher silencing students' voices in the classroom. Schools shouldn't be a place where a teacher's political beliefs are forced onto students. This is a violation of their constitutional rights and does not represent Kansas schools' fundamental principles. Parents should have confidence in schools to allow their children to grow and engage in classrooms that support their children's ideas and opinions. This action undermines trust between schools, students, and parents. I do not condone this type of political censorship in any school. Marshall Elementary School Principal Stacy Coulter offered the following response to the complaint and a request to discuss the issue. Quote, we are aware of this incident and are always working with families and our school staff to make sure every learning activity is positive and encouraging experience for every student. We are unable to comment on the individuals involved because of our commitment to the privacy of our students and employees. This information is also protected by confidentiality laws. Thank you for your understanding. All right. So I said a lot there, but I think you got the gist of it. So what do you guys think of that? Not allowing students to name President Trump or Charlie Kirk as a hero or Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
And then telling them not to report the issue to their parents.
Right. I'd be interested in knowing how they would have responded if a Muslim child, somebody had already brought up Islam earlier.
Said the word.
Said the word. Yeah.
No, I get, but it's germane. If a Muslim student had
doesn't matter if it's germane. You said the word. Drink again.
Okay, enough.
Keep the doggone Germans out of this.
If a Muslim or some other student brought up Muhammad, would they have disallowed that one? If the answer is no, you have a clear-cut case of discrimination.
I do want to real quick. We have a new channel member. Kent 645 has just become a YouTube channel member. So I want to take
congratulations
to say thank you and give him, of course, the gong of appreciation.
And by the way, anybody that's playing the drinking game, you have to take 2 more shots.
That's true.
Yeah, but it's for the.
But I understand the point. Yes.
Yeah, and that's where nonsense at the end where they bring up, confidentiality. It's a public setting. It's a public school classroom. That is a public setting. There is no confidentiality in that situation.
So earlier, Denny's Plant-Based Journey said, apparently there are teachers around the country pushing the ISIS bad idea, and some schools have disciplined them. Teachers' organizations have become so liberal and socialistic. And then to answer your question, Rich, he said, no, they wouldn't have said a word, maybe even praised that student.
Mm-hmm.
Sandy V. Gina said, the goddamn Germans ain't got nothing to do with this. Grim Reaper Review says, you get a free egg roll. Evidently, I missed Abigail Finnegan. She come into the show. Good evening, Abby.
Good evening.
So, yeah, we got Kent out there. He became a channel member and says, now I'm a paying member. Thank you, Gizzard Gary, for your great channel. Well, you're welcome. Thank you very much.
Remember, now that you're a channel member, every Wednesday night, you get a chance to win a cool knife.
Wednesday night, 8:30 p.m. Central. We have a private stream just for channel members where we give away a knife every week. And now you can be part of that. Now, Abigail says, if your hero is a politician, I feel sorry for you, or anyone in the government for that matter. Government won't save us.
So, a couple of things here. One, I love how they're like, find your voice. And these kids are like, this is who my voice says. And they're like, yeah, we're silencing your voice. You don't say that.
Exactly.
The irony. But there's another thing that grosses me out here. Because it said these kids were, what, 6th grade or something like that?
I think so.
Let's say, when I was in 6th grade, politics was the furthest thing from my mind. Like, the one that was like, Jesus, like, I totally get that. Like, I remember being in 6th grade, and there were the hardcore church kids. I get it. And I could see how Charlie Kirk could fall into that realm. So even that one, on the taking out the politics and just the religious side, I could see how a kid would easily say Charlie Kirk. But this idea that we've got 11, 12, possibly 13-year-olds that are like, politicians or, political figures. That's who my role model is. Like, what are these? Why are we not allowing kids to be kids? Why are we subjecting them to crap like this? And
The
other thing about
we weren't on social media back in our day. We
Right.
would have named
well, there's that,
like that, or a
and-
wrestler or something like that, probably.
but there's so many sycophants these days, and it's disgusting.
And I
but
have to admit,
seeing it that young,
I'm
just-
ashamed to say it happened in my state, and I'm very surprised. But I guess I shouldn't be. But yeah,
Yeah, there were political things when I was a kid in like 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. We had mock elections during the state midterms and the national.
Oh, yeah.
I remember
federal-
that. Yeah,
I remember being in 1st grade, and we did a mock election when it was Clinton running.
but I didn't know any
Um,
better. I voted for whoever my parents voted for because I didn't have a political opinion at a young age. I didn't know anything
Exactly.
about politics.
I voted the opposite of what my stepfather voted.
Oh well. Denny
I was
says
saying,
at
I
11,
just
12,
voted the name that I heard
13,
most.
Denny says I was more concerned about cheerleaders and playing sports at 11, 12, and 13.
Exactly.
I did that.
Sandy says sick of ants. I don't think that's exactly what he said. But sycophants.
Sycophants too. Yep.
It could
sick
be
of those
sycophants. Yeah. Agorizer's out there. He says I voted for John Anderson in the school mock election.
I'm gonna say his song "Swinging," great song.
Yeah.
Seminole Wind, even better.
Might be a different John Anderson. Denny says when we had a mock election, the first time I think I voted for Ford.
Only a couple years between us.
Gosh, I remember
Ford, Clinton.
it was back. It would have been 68 because it would have been Nixon's first election. So I would have been what, 2nd, 3rd grade? Yeah. I didn't know. Abigail says at 13, I was trying to figure out if my friend liked me the same way I liked her.
See?
Sandy says in Gizzard's mock election when he was a kid, he voted for John Quincy Adams. Yeah, that was a long time ago.
The first president I voted for in a mock election was George Herbert Walker Bush.
Packrat says, I want to think for me it was Reagan. Kent says, I voted for my rights as a free American who broke a backboard. Who was it that smashed all the damn backboards back in the 70s? Daryl Dawkins. Anybody remember Daryl Dawkins? You have to be able to remember who.
I know
Daryl
the name.
Dawkins was.
I was never.
That's
much
the
of a
reason we have
basketball.
breakaway rims now,
Mhm.
because he destroyed a bunch of NBA backboards, and they would literally have to delay games for 45 minutes to bring in a spare backboard.
Yeah,
Everything.
yeah. I had a.
Still did it with breakaway rims because he's a badass.
I never really watched basketball, but I had one of those ESPN tapes from back in the 80s with all the sports bloopers on it from like the 70s and 80s, and some of them were 60s and whatnot. You had that guy breaking the backboards. Then you had the Viking who ran the wrong direction when he got the fumble recovery.
Well, Daryl Dawkins was a weird guy because he also claimed that he was from another planet.
Oh, so he was Dennis Rodman before Dennis Rodman.
He was from Lovetron, yeah. He said, planet I come from, he said, everybody's really tall. He said, I only get to play guard. Abigail says, I learned from a young age that politicians are not to be trusted. Agorizer says, Anderson was an independent in Reagan versus Carter election. I barely remember the guy. Packrat's Addict says, Reagan came to our high school to speak. Grim Reaper Reviews evidently remembers Daryl Dawkins. Yeah, he was a powerhouse. Chocolate Thunder, they called him. Yeah. Abigail says, I was very political as a teenager. I kept arguing with teachers because the history books were and still are incorrect. Block 9 says, yes, he played on the 76ers. That's correct. Yep. There's some people old enough to remember the people I remember. But yeah, he's the reason we have breakaway rims now. Oh, and he was governor. Okay. So anyway, let's see. Denny says, Dawkins was great, but guys like Drexler, Dr. J, and others could fly too. Nowadays, everyone jumps over the backboard. That's true. TJ says, we were taught England was the first to settle in Australia when the Dutch and French were already here. Oh, wow. Block 9 brings up Leon Lett in the Ice Bowl in Dallas on Thanksgiving Day. Oh, yes. Leon Lett had a couple of interesting NFL highlights in his career. He also ran the wrong way down the field once.
Yeah, and he also stopped running before crossing the end zone, and Don Beebe flew up the field. Probably one of the fastest guys ever to play in the NFL was Don Beebe. If you ever watched games, he was quick as a cat, man.
Leon Lett went to my college right here in Kansas, Emporia State University. Fun fact. I'm sure everybody's really interested in that. Packrat Zedek says, does anyone remember the Fog Bowl? Let's see. That was, why am I thinking Baltimore and Miami? Late season game. Abigail says, England also colonized the world for spices only to eat beans on toast and pre-chewed peas. Ew. Denny says they also have the new goals that collapse when too much weight comes upon them so that it slowly folds up instead of breaking or tipping forward onto the court. Yep. But yeah. Yeah, breaking a rim back in those days in a high school, it could pretty much cancel a game because most high schools didn't have spare rims and backboards laying around. Packrat says it was the Bears versus somebody in Chicago. Okay, maybe I'm thinking of a different game. Seems like I remember a late season game in Baltimore where the TV cameras literally could not see the field. That's how thick the fog was. By the way, for those interested in the sports ball, it is 17-14 Indiana with 10 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game.
Who are they playing?
It is Indiana and the University of Miami.
Oh, college.
In Miami. Yes, in Hard Rock Stadium.
Speaking of Miami, bad weather games, back in the early 2000s, me and my son were watching the Steeler game, and they were playing in Miami, and there was a torrential downpour because of a tropical storm. Miami punted the ball, and it just stuck when it hit the ground. It only did point first and just went splat right into the field and just stuck there. My son just started laughing his ass off. He would have been a little kid back then. You just found that completely hilarious.
All right. So anyway, yes, stupid stuff can even happen in my tiny little state. Getting back to that silly mess that's going on there. So evidently that happened back in October, and now it's a fairly prominent lawsuit going on. So we'll see what happens with that. But it doesn't look like we have any takers for anybody who's wanting to join from SHOT Show, and they may all be out eating or something like that. It's only 7:30 p.m. out there in Las Vegas, so maybe they'll get home and jump in before this is over with. I don't know. Packrat's Addict says, I'm old enough to remember seeing Butkus play. Yeah, me too. Block 9 says, my friend's wife from England, it has to be sourdough toasted bread with Heinz beans. Ew. Alex Parlin says, -4 Fahrenheit in Minneapolis, protesters at an ice facility down to about 20 morons. Wow. Ice, baby. And we're not talking about rich right now.
Well, I mean, it is ice there. I would expect it to be cold.
Mm. Just
It's in
so they're
the
not
name.
throwing ice at people this time. I don't know if you saw that one, Barbecue. We talked about it a little bit last night. One of the citizen reporters that's up there, the independent journalist that's covering all this stuff on X and YouTube, was assaulted by a bunch of the protesters. They were throwing ice balls and bottles of water that were frozen at him.
Good stuff.
Oh.
Yeah. If he wouldn't have been wearing a flak jacket, he would have got stabbed too. So, he was wearing body armor, so he was smart.
Indiana is in the red zone, by the way. About 9 minutes and 30 seconds to go. And just scored. That would put them ahead by 9 points. There's your football report. So, see, I've got a whole audience full of football fans out there for sure. But one thing I'm definitely a fan of is gear websites, because they are your source for every second matters, gun channels, gear, ammo ID, and more. They have patches, stickers, and other items, and every Friday is Free Patch Friday. So I remind you to buy cool stuff at gearwebsites.com.
Gary.
Hi, everybody. This is Gizzard Gary. I want to remind everybody that Gear Websites is your source for every second matters, gun channels, gear, ammo ID, and more. They have patches, stickers, and other items. And every Friday is Free Patch Friday. So make sure and
Free
buy
patches,
cool stuff
yo.
at gearwebsites.com. Oh, and live long and prosper. That's an oldie but a goodie out there. So yeah. So what else going on? Anything you want to talk about real quick before we do the giveaway?
I don't know.
I don't either. Fine, let's give stuff away then. Shall we?
Oh, who's the chicken that everyone loves? Gizzard Gary, who's 4'2" but stands above. Gizzard Gary, a ton of ex-wives and more to come. Gizzard Gary, who loves to give gifts to everyone. Gizzard Gary, giveaway. Gizzard Gary, giveaway. Gizzard Gary, giveaway.
Hi, folks. Gizzard Gary here. All right. It's that time of the show. I could tell you, or I'll just tell you. This is the time of the show where we give stuff away. This is the Fowl Territory prize giveaway. Pound sign FT343 if you want to enter, and the winner will receive the following. You're going to receive the Gizzard Gary channel sticker. You're going to receive a Fowl Territory sticker. You're going to receive a Ron Wayne Gizzard Gary combo sticker. You can only get that here. Courtesy of DM Foss, you're going to receive the Haterade Thirst Destroyer. Snobby's Dairy, straight from the bowl. Sarge and In Charge. And the Gizzard Gary in the chair. And the new set of stickers. The Obnoxious One sticker. Got Gizzard in the Jeep. Nice. You got Little Sarge. And you have Little Snobby. And then I'm going to give you a sticker from Excess Sights. They, of course, are the fastest sights in any light. And a sticker from Live Free Armory, true American manufacturing. And then we got some patches. We've got a patch here from Dead Air Silencers, courtesy of Stan at SS Pond. We have this patch from Excess Sights. It says, I am seeing them at night. And courtesy of Ron Wayne and Gun Owners of America, we have this 2024 We Are No Compromise patch. This is from goals from last year. So the prize winner tonight's going to receive all those prizes plus a $20 Chick-fil-A card, $25 if you're a channel member. I'll throw in an extra $5 for channel members. So another benefit for being a channel member. So let's go ahead and put the giveaway tool on the screen. Block 9 says, where's Waldo? I mean, Snobby. He's probably at SHOT Show, and they're probably out eating dinner somewhere. So we have 16 people entered in the giveaway so far. I'm showing 24 people watching this, 23 on YouTube and 1 on Twitch. So I'll give you another minute or so to enter the giveaway.
And yeah, Snob is at SHOT Show because Stacy was in my chat last night in the YouTube chat talking about how she was free of him for a week. So, yes.
Oh, she didn't make the trip?
No, she didn't make the trip. She
Oh.
stayed home.
Well, I heard that Snobby tried to give TSA some things that were accidentally in his luggage. I probably shouldn't say that.
Whoops.
But he almost lost a pocket knife. Agorizer says, Gary sends his goodies out faster than Dark's waffles. Not sure I understand that reference, but okay.
I don't know.
I don't either. Gerald Muir is out there also, by the way. I think I missed calling him out earlier. Let's go ahead. I guess 16 is all I'm going to get here. So let's go ahead and draw for this week's prize winner. And who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? The winner is Pack Rat's Attic. So Pack Rat's Attic, are you present out there in the chat? You were here just a minute ago.
He was the last one to get entered.
Pack Rat's Attic. Are you here? He's out there. He says, yay. All right. Whoops, I clicked the wrong one. So there he is. Congratulations. You are the winner chicken dinner. Also, I do believe he is a channel member, so he's going to get a $25 Chick-fil-A gift card on top of the prize package. I have your address, so unless it's changed, you do not need to write me. But if you do, you can write me at winner@gizzardgary.com. That's winner, WINNER, at gizzardgary.com. All right. Very cool. We have a winner. It's always good to have a winner, isn't it, guys? You're just mad because you didn't win.
Huh? What? No, I was falling asleep. No,
Are you
just
okay?
joking. Joking.
Oh, he says, this is the first time I've won this giveaway. Yeah, he has won my knife giveaway on the members chat, but yeah, I do believe this is his first Fowl Territory win. Well, very cool.
Woohoo!
Says, I'm mad anyway, so I'm sorry. Hope I didn't make you mad. You can be mad at Rich. You can be mad at barbecue. I don't care.
I ain't do nothing.
You never do nothing. You never do nothing. Okay, so let's go ahead and progress to our second part of the show. This is the part where you send your stuff into me and I show it on the screen. It's called Show Us Your Gorn. Show us your Gorn. So send your Gorn to me at Gorn, Gorn, at GizzardGary.com. That's Gorn at GizzardGary.com. If you do so, please include your channel name in the email so I will know who sent it. Please ensure that all firearms are shown on a table, stand, or other surface and not in anyone's hands. Block 9 said Hoosiers won. Yay. Well, it's not over yet. They do have a 10-point lead with about 8 minutes to go. So we'll see. Unless I've got a heck of a lag on my YouTube TV broadcast. Let's put it that way. Mike McClune is out there, by the way. So Agrizer says, no, I'm less mad here. Good. Good. We're helping out. All right. So show us your Gorn. And you can also, by the way, if you follow me on my Discord channel, my Discord server, you can also post Gorn there. So if you want to join my Discord, just look at my channel description and there's a link to my Discord right there if you are a Discord user. So we do have some Gorn, by the way, that's already came in. So let me put it on the screen here. Let's see. Okay, hold on. Click this button, click that button, and boom. There you go. This is from Justin Lowe. And he says Smith & Wesson 460.
Ooh.
Like it?
He's got a barbecue meat there. Barbecue's only got 44.
Barbecue is strangely quiet.
Did barbecue fall asleep?
I may have lulled him to sleep. Agrizer says if it's not in your hands, then it's evidence of ignoring safe storage laws. You got a point. You got a good point there. All right, let's go ahead and close that. We do have another picture from Justin Lowe. I got to figure out how to rotate these things. Rotate left. There we go. I finally figured it out.
Then he's saying touchdown Miami.
Oh, by golly, he's right. It's 24-20 right now, pending the PAT. And there's still 6 minutes and 37 seconds left. So it's a game. All right. So while we're waiting on that, let's go ahead and show this picture. Again, from Justin Lowe. And this is a Winchester 30 WCF made in 1918.
Nice. For those that don't know, another way of setting Winchester centerfire would be 30-30.
Looks like it's in pretty good shape.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks like it's in really good condition.
I like it. Okay, so far that's all I've got in the email. Let me check my Discord real quick because I do believe A lot of people are saying nice out there in the chat, so. I got to reply to somebody. G-Webs asked me a couple hours ago. He says, your show is 2 hours from now, right? He's an hour off. So I don't know if he's still out there or not. I do know that he put a couple things out there in the corn. And it's actually some of his YouTube videos. So see what happens if I click on it. No, I don't want to do that. Hold on. Hold on just a doggone minute. Okay, so get to where I can show this. Okay, this is from G-Webs. It says Raw Media Day at the Range SHOT Show 2026 footage. So let's take a look here. And I presume if he put it in the Gorn, I have his permission to look at this. Can you still hear that? Can anybody hear me?
Yeah.
Oh,
I can.
Can you hear the video?
Can tell there's music playing, but other than that, not very well.
Oh, we're out in the desert here. It's in Boulder City, Nevada, where this is held. So the shooting bays are actually kind of carved into the sand, as you can tell. Those are your little individual booths for each vendor.
Justin Grimm needs to get them working on something like that for Goals Range Day next year.
He needs what?
He needs to get them working on something like that for a goal show. Up to you, Justin. You got to get out there and get them. You can do it in corn. You can do it in corn.
Ooh, I never thought about that.
Yeah, have the lanes cordoned off by corn rows. Yeah.
As you can see, yeah, it's desert.
Mm-hmm.
But at least it was a sunny day this year. Yeah, they evidently had some music blaring.
Justin Lowe just popped in on the YouTube chat.
Hi, Justin Lowe. Yeah, I just showed your Gorn a second ago. Denny says not too different than the area I live in.
Question about that Winchester that you sent the picture in on. Or there,
yeah,
Justin.
I'm getting a really good video of the whole range, so this is working out well.
Was that rifle that you bought, or was that an heirloom? Just out of curiosity. That was a nice looking one.
I turned the video sound down a little bit. It's a little obnoxious. Not to be confused with Obnoxious One. He had nothing to do with this. So then you've got your, this is where the different vendors are set up at the front.
Yeah, he said he bought it.
Oh, okay. DJ says, looks like my backyard, just not as red. He had to have been one of the first vehicles there. There's not many people out in the parking lot right now. Yeah, that's where you walk in. And they've got another part of the range, which is kind of up on a hill. That's where we're going to now, and that's where the long range shooting bays are. It's quite a hill if you're walking. Boulder Rifle and Pistol Club. That's where they hold shot.
He said the rifle shoots pretty good too.
Yeah, there's the upper bays. That's where the long range bays are that shoot out to a mile. And you've got some more rifle bays over here and some handgun stuff.
Even with an optic, I don't even know if I could see a target a mile away.
Normally, when there's a big crowd at range day, there'll be lines at all those booths. People waiting to shoot and stuff like that. And there's a shot out the parking lot. So. They also have a shotgun range somewhere. I don't think this bus probably goes anywhere near it, though.
Jay Delvis says you can see it at a mile. I was making a joke because my vision's not the greatest.
That's true. Henry. Justin Lowe says a mile isn't as big a deal as you'd think. Yeah, there's porta potties all over the place there too. They get pretty nasty come the afternoon. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure.
They're a lot of fun when it's cold and the wind's blowing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wonder what would be worse, those ones being with it cold or the ones at Goals 2 years ago when it was hot.
But yeah, that kind of gives you an idea of what range day looks like at a glance. So let me see if we got any more corn out there. I don't have any more corn at this time. So what else we got to talk about, guys? If there's guys here, I don't know if barbecue's still here.
He hasn't said anything. Who knows? I haven't tried baiting him with the 44 comment and he radio silence.
He may have faded from view or faded from consciousness, one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
$5,280 feet. Let's see.
That's a mile.
1765 yards. I don't think that's quite right.
Well, just divide the number above it by 3.
Yeah, I'm trying to do that in my head. I can't remember. Denny says there's a shooting range over by Fort Worth that'll train you to shoot a mile, and after training gives you 3 shots to hit the target. If you do it, they give you a coin. A lot of people do it. J Delta says the numbers are right. 1,760 yards. You were close. I was going to say, I thought it was.
Justin Grimm said, say Muslim and see if he shows up.
Wow. But, so has anybody out there in the chat been watching any of the SHOT Show footage so far? I know there's not a whole lot out because it's just range day. So a lot of people don't put videos out on range day.
Yeah, they're probably editing them now.
The first day of the actual show will be tomorrow.
Yeah.
There's no floor traffic on Monday. So
yeah, it's usually the day after we start seeing the range day videos because they're probably at their hotels or
not everybody goes to range day. You got to have a special pass to get into range day. So so anyway.
Oh, speaking of college football, do you see where they've taken moves to eliminate the I think it's the Big 12 from competing in the national championship playoff?
No.
I saw somebody had posted something about that on X earlier.
The game is over, by the way. Indiana 24, Miami 21. Indiana Hoosiers are the national champions. So all you Indiana people, whoop it up out there. It's been a few years since they've won one. So it's a close game. So we got some people talking about a range doing challenges and stuff. So let me check something. Okay, well, let's see. Justin Lowe says, I went to SHOT Range Day in 2006, had the time of my life. Yeah, because you can shoot at just about all the booths. You can line up and shoot whatever new guns they have. Or sometimes it's new optics or something, or ammo even that they're testing and stuff. I got to shoot a full auto AK the first time I was there. That was super fun. So, yeah, you don't have to pay nothing. Shoot all you want to if you can stand in line.
Yeah, Goals Range Day when we both went, they just kept handing me fully loaded magazines for the Bodyguard 2.0.
You shoot until you're tired, basically. Yeah.
Some of the boots, they would only put like 5 rounds in. Like I fired an AK, a suppressed AK at the one.
Yeah, it depends on the cost of the round you're shooting. Yeah.
But yeah, they came just handing me magazine after magazine with 380. And Henry, I was shooting their revolvers, and they just kept reloading them with 357.
I'll tell you, they sold me a pistol at that range day. More than
still haven't got one.
More than just me. Me.
I would have gotten one this year if it wasn't for the basement flooding this past year.
That's my everyday carry now, is that little Bodyguard 2.0. So,
yeah, and if you're worried about that thing because it's a small 380, it does not shoot like a small 380. It shoots like a larger gun. It feels like you have a larger gun.
The recoil is very manageable, and it's easy to put on aim. I couldn't hardly believe it when I shot it. It's like, this is too easy.
Just picked the gun up and was shooting center mass with the first shot. It was like, I just looked at the gun and look at this. I was like, are you serious? Like,
if you're used to, like most of us have shot small 380s in our time, and they were horrible. Recoil was horrible. The aim was bad, but not with this. They figured it out. So,
yeah, I was shocked how well that thing shot. I was expecting something like Gary was saying that didn't shoot very comfortably or whatnot. Yeah, that thing was fun to shoot.
And it wasn't just us. Everybody I know that shot that gun said the same thing. Denny says, me too. I carry it all the time. I haven't been carrying much else since getting it. Shoots great. Yeah, same here. It's just too easy. So it made me believe in 380 again.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd pretty much abandoned it for 9, but I went back to it with that.
No, I went back to 380 with the EZ, the Shield EZ and 380. That shoots just as well, but that's a little bit bigger handgun too.
Grim Reaper Review says, child-sized gun fit my giant mitts great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that I'm selling them or anything, and I don't get anything for mentioning them. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying, might want to check it out. Just from one owner to another. Good experience. Let's put it that way. But this game isn't over with yet. There's still 1 minute and 50 seconds left. But Indiana's got the ball and they're running the clock out. So anyway, with that being said, let's see, Justin says, I couldn't believe how great it felt in the hand. It does fit the hand very, very well.
Yeah, it literally feels like you look at it and then you hold it and it doesn't feel like you're holding the gun you were just looking at.
It's a smaller gun than my old Glock 42, and the old Glock 42 only held 6 rounds. This holds 10. Or you can get, 13 round mag? The extended mag, I believe. Block 9 says, what 380 are you talking about? Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 2.0. So anyway, with that, I don't have any more Gorn. So, Rich, what have you got coming up this week? What did you learn, first of all? Tell me, what did you learn? We can do that real quick.
That Gary found Eureka.
I have found it. Yeah.
Did you yell Eureka when you found Eureka?
I looked all over for Eureka's castle. I haven't found it. There's no castle there.
Did you find a strange scientific compound where they do all kinds of weird experimentations?
Didn't find any of that either.
Oh man.
But yes, let's see real quick. Denny says, I love the way it fits in the hand. I also love the SIG P365X macro in my hand, but for pocket carry, the Bodyguard 2.0 is a beast. It definitely is. It's narrow enough that it makes a real good pocket carry. I also have a holster for it too, but so far I've just been pocket carrying it.
Yeah. In
a DeSantis Nemesis.
Another small pistol I like is the standard P365 with the Wilson Combat Grip Module for that, which is, compared to the other grip modules from other companies, fairly affordable. I mean, I paid $65, I think, for mine. That was with tax and after the discount for content creators. But normally it's only like $75, $85, something like that. Which, when you look at the ones from the grip modules for that from other places, including Smith & Wesson, I mean, not Smith & Wesson, from SIG, you're looking at 3 to 4 times that price.
Oh, yeah. Justin says, I really want a 365 Legion. Yeah, if you got that kind of money. Danny says, yes, I have the Wilson Combat Grip modules on all my SIGs with the exception of the X Macro. Yeah, they do have some good grip modules. That's for sure. Okay, Indiana kicked a field goal. Minute 42 left, 27-21. And Miami has the ball at their own 25. So wow. I was a bit premature at declaring Indiana the national champion. I hope Miami doesn't come back and score a touchdown. I'm going to have to eat my words here.
How much time's left?
Minute 42 right now.
Ooh, that's plenty of time.
Yeah. They got to go 75 yards with it. But tell us what you got coming up on your channel, Rich.
Well, we do this show called This Week Unloaded. It's Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern. And you don't know what we're going to talk about in there. last night we spent a lot of time talking about the situation in Minneapolis with the church invasion and then the fraud and everything that's going on up there in that state. So, yeah, tune in and find out what we're going to talk about next week, because I don't know at this point.
Boomstick is out there, by the way. Packrat says PSA is bringing out a new line of guns. Cool.
Yeah, I saw that. I got one of their emails about those. And for those of you wondering what kind of knives Gizzard, who aren't channel members, who were wondering what kind of knives Gizzard Gary gives away on his show, gives away ones like this. That's where I got this knife. So
that's a Kaiser, yeah.
Yeah, it's the Kaiser helmet with the carbon fiber handle.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Yeah. So, yeah. If you're not a member, what is it, 99 cents?
Yeah, 99 cents a month to be a channel member. Yeah. That's less than a quarter a week for a chance to win a knife.
Get a chance to win something like this. So sign up, folks.
I'm giving them away. I'm literally giving them away, folks. So yeah. Well, thank you for being here. Obviously, Guns and Barbecue. Are you alive out there? Give you one last chance.
Well, waiting to see if he's there. Denny said that Don Lemon should go to jail. I don't know if you were out there earlier, Denny. I read about the tweet from the Assistant Attorney General where she says that they are pursuing federal arrest warrants for Don Lemon and the others that participated in that.
Well, they should. They interrupted a church service. For crying out loud. But anyway.
Yeah, and you're not allowed to do that under federal law. It's, I forget what law it is. There is a law that is on the federal books where you cannot do that.
Now, since Guns and Barbecue evidently has dropped or evidently can't hear me, I want to go ahead and promote his live stream. He does a live stream every Thursday, I believe, at 9:00 p.m. Central. So check out his live streams. We all do live streams here. So TJ says, as an Aussie, I'm obligated to say that's not a knife. I love it.
I could have had my Gerber Gator, but that's upstairs in the gun cabinet. So
I was gonna say I could get my big knives out of the closet back there, but
yeah.
Boomstick says it is 6 degrees currently. It's 18 here.
And if the Gerber Gator would be big enough, I do have some swords up in the closet. There's those too.
But anyway, with that being said, I guess we've kind of ran out of steam here, so we'll tie this up a little bit early. Anyway, I want to thank all my panelists. And I want to let you know that channel members, I'll be back Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. Central, right after Ron Wayne's member stream, to do our members only stream. And I'll be giving away a knife yet to be determined. So show up for that. And we'll be back next week on Monday with another edition of Fowl Territory, as always, Monday night at 9:00 p.m. Denny says 51 seconds to go about 50 yards. We will see. Gun Websites is out there. He says, wait, what? I thought the show was just starting. I just got here. I did show your first range drive-through or walk-through video, by the way. So I tried to send you a message out there on Discord. So, yeah, you were an hour off on a starting time. It's 10:15 p.m. local time here. Oh, Indiana just intercepted a long pass, and this ball game is all but over with, folks.
Yep.
So
it's over.
So anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching, whether you watched on YouTube, Twitch, or Rumble. I appreciate it. And if you're watching a replay, thanks for doing that too. I appreciate you. Thanks for everybody who is out there in the comments or sending in Gorn or both. And a special thanks to all my channel members out there who make everything I do possible. I certainly do appreciate each and every one of you. So we'll be back next week. Have a great week. If you're at SHOT Show, have a great week at SHOT Show. Be safe and get all the good content. And we look forward to seeing it. And as always, I leave you with this. If anyone tries to infringe on your right to keep and bear arms, give them the bird. This is Gizzard Gary along with my panel, bidding you a good evening. And so, let's tell everybody good night and let's get out of here.
Good night. And let's get out of here.
All right. Thanks, everybody, and good night.